Good morning, everyone. We are on day 19 of Healthy for the Holidays, and we are on the week on radical responsibility. And I had something that I was really passionate about talking to you about today, and it fits perfectly in with our topic on radical responsibility. Many of my clients and people in my groups right now are feeling the stress, the pressure of the holiday season. And a lot of people are asking me, why do I feel this way? It's supposed to be this beautiful holiday season, and it's supposed to be family and fun, and and I feel nothing but stressed. And for any of you who are following the news, you may or may not have heard of a very prominent celebrity named Twitch, who, as a former dancer myself, is a legend in the dance, hip hop, and choreography world. A married father of three who committed suicide this week. And you may or may not know that the holiday season is a very, very risky time of year for suicides. And so it has been weighing really heavy on me since I heard the news, and I sort of explored what that was about. And here's what I think it is for me, is that if you were to look at what he was presenting to the world from the outside, and mind you, before I get into this, I would never presume to know what is happening for him on the inside from a mental health perspective, but I'm going to speak about it a little bit from a nervous system lens, okay? It is not me presuming to know him or his struggle at all. However, if you were to look at how he presented from the outside on his social media channels, his relationship with Ellen on the Ellen DeGeneres show, millions of followers, beautiful home, beautiful family, right? All of this presentation. And truly, when you watched him and his videos, it was hard to not get engaged with him, because his movement, his facial expressions, his warmth, his energy just drew you in. And so I think that's the thing that got me so heavily, is that everything from the outside looked as if it were just beautiful, and the energy was connected, and so you look at something like that and someone like that and go, oh, whoa, that it doesn't add up, what I was seeing. Now, we all know that what we present on the outside is not the same as how we are feeling on the inside, but it just hit me really hard that there was no, when you saw him, you really connected with him. Now, where am I going with this? And for instance, he just had his 9-year wedding anniversary like 5 days ago or something, right? So, and it's the holiday season and family, and your house is decorated for the holidays, right? So you're thinking, wait a second, this is a beautiful connective time of year. What's happening for him, right? And I, again, want to say I would never presume to know what's happening for him. But as I'm hearing my clients talk over and over again about feeling stressed, feeling activated, feeling overloaded, feeling like there's too much on their plate, especially right now, this is the time I want to remind all of you. And if you've been following these videos, I would go back and revisit the nervous system videos that I did for days, I think it was 6 through 10. Because this right now, this season, the holiday season especially, is the time to pay attention to our nervous system dysregulation. One of the biggest reasons why is that the holiday season historically is the time we add and we do not think about subtraction. Let me explain what I mean by that. Raise your hand somewhere in the universe. Raise your hand if you have extra time on your plate throughout the year. If you have hours of extra time, if you have a lot of time where nothing's going on, you have no responsibilities, and you blissfully spend that time doing nothing, just waiting to be filled up. Raise your hand. Not many of you, I'm guessing. And then what happens is over the holiday season, we add and we add and we add, okay? So historically, or I should say categorically, Most people already lead very full lives. The vast majority of people lead very full lives. It's the way that our culture is going right now. If we have free space, it's already filled up with plans and errands and kid runs and school tasks and committees and work and, right? All of our time is usually filled. And if it's not, what are we doing? Scrolling, filling that time, binging on Netflix, right? So as a culture, currently, we are not designed, most of us do not actively and intentionally carve out space in our schedules in order to refill our cups, right? In order to intentionally make sure that we have enough regulating resources going on, right? Most of us do not intentionally actively do that. I do it all the time. And it is a job in order to make sure I am actively replenishing my resources as I am depleting them. Okay. And I do it intentionally and I do it on purpose. Most people are not doing that. Most people do not know how, right? Then you bring about the holiday season, and the holiday season is about adding holiday parties, adding gift wrapping, adding gift buying, adding the pressure of thinking about gifts, adding Christmas dinner, or planning for Hanukkah, or whatever you're celebrating, adding family get-togethers, adding family stress, adding what it feels like to be with family, adding planning vacations, adding travel, add. And we think that we should be able to handle, because it's family, because it's the holidays, because it's supposed to be fun, we think that we should be able to just handle adding everything to our plate. It doesn't work that way in the nervous system. For our nervous system, again, go back to days 6 through 10. For our nervous system, the adding of tidbits of information, the adding of resources, the adding of plans, the adding of things that we need to carry mentally, the mental load of adding depletes us unless we are intentional with refilling and re-resourcing. Okay. So, and so here's where we get squeezed, is that in the process of adding, right, there's no more hours in the day. We just add. And so at the same time that our resources are getting depleted, our time, right, the time that we have during the day to be able to fill our cup up also depletes. Because where is everything else going? Family dinners, get-togethers, shopping, wrapping, planning, that stuff takes the place usually of the what we consider expendable time. So I can't tell you how many of my clients are skipping the gym, skipping the grocery store, skipping their meal planning, skipping their nourishing meals, skipping their me time, because that feels like a luxury for the sake of adding in all the things they have to do during the holiday season. Now, what does this create? When you skip your replenishment time, you are systematically making withdrawals from your bank. And as you skip your replenishing time, you're not making any deposits. So you're skipping your replenishing time, you're making withdrawals throughout the holiday season. Most people are withdrawing, not making the time to add. And here's what happens to our nervous system. It gets activated and activated and activated and activated until all of the resources are gone, and then it goes into shutdown. It goes into survival mode of immobilization, shutdown. And I'm watching the progression of that with clients, helping them to understand the way out of that and intentionally add their regulating resources so they can make deposits. So that, yes, we can still make withdrawals. Go to the family party, go to the Christmas party, wrap the papers, withdrawal, but also make deposits. Okay. So today's lesson on radical responsibility is this. Number one, be aware of your nervous system dysregulation right now. Are you making nothing but withdrawals from your energy bank? Are you doing nothing but withdrawing? Number 2, can you intentionally make deposits so that you have the resources and the energy to continue to withdraw this holiday season? When I say withdrawal, I mean from your energy bank, right? Are you intentionally making deposits so that you can continue to withdraw? And when I say withdrawal, remember, that's why I started this conversation with the question of how many of you have just hours of free time in the day? Most people don't. So as you add all of our commitments and all of the extra things that we do over the holiday seasons, everything from wrapping presents to decorating the house to planning holiday get-togethers to meals to family, all of that stuff is okay? And so if we don't have those extra hours in the day that we can go, oh, sure, I can add all of these things in there and it won't change my energy whatsoever, right? Most people don't have that. So everything during the holiday season is an add. And if you don't have extra deposits in your bank, you are doing nothing but withdrawing all season long. Most people think that the increase in suicide rates over the holidays is because of, family and loneliness and all of that kind of stuff. And while that is a factor in it, this is a huge factor. Our nervous system dysregulation, because we keep withdrawing and not depositing, makes us feel overwhelmed, like we do not have the capacity and the regulating resources to deal with everything that's coming at us. So my invitation to you all today is to carve time out to put deposits in your energy bank, whatever that looks like for you. It is imperative, especially this time of year, that everybody else moves down the priority list and you move to the top. Because if you are making withdrawals out of your energy bank all day long, you are less able to give to others, be present for others, be patient with others, connect with others, be the best version of yourself with others, because you don't have the resources, you don't have the capacity, you're making withdrawals all day long. So your invitation for radical responsibility today is to look at where you can put deposits in your bank, put yourself first, make sure your self-care becomes your top priority and not a luxury that you decide, oh, I can skip that for the sake of all the things that I need to do. Paradoxically, the more you skip your self-care, the less you will be able to handle over this holiday season. So my love, heart, energy, whole soul goes out to Twitch and his family for what they are dealing with right now. I can't even imagine the pain and heartbreak. But for all the rest of you, I should say, and for all of the rest of you, where can you put deposits in your bank to take care of your nervous system this holiday season? All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.